Да мне аж страшно
Слушай, ну если
стало.
бы я знала, что у вас был celebration, я бы
Да,
как вы
блин,
могли
я и
подождать
вчера не
четверг.
знала, что celebration как это, короче, мы просидели часов до 3 утра в зуме.
Класс,
Короче.
слушай, вот это пари. Aliona, you are a Delta qualified teacher. Where did you get the diploma?
So I got I have only Delta module 2, so it's not like I'm officially like Delta
Still,
qualified.
it's a milestone.
But that's the most important module. I got it at ITI in Istanbul. That's like a super famous Delta center.
Right.
And yeah, I did it there.
What was the most challenging when doing Delta?
Basically, I guess just the amount of work, because we were doing like the what you call it, intensive course. It was like 6 weeks, and you have to work like every day. So you wake up, I don't know, at 6 o'clock in the morning, you do some preparation, you go to the center, you study the whole day, then you come back and you study again till night, and then just like it was just amount of work. Physically was extremely difficult.
With no days off?
I mean, we had Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, we did. But it's the same. You just sit in front of the computer the whole day because of all these assignments and things.
Yeah, right. Just like we're doing now, you're teaching online, sitting in front of the computer 24/7,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly. But what we're doing right now is like at least, familiar for us. But when you go and you do module 2, like many things, like all those books and all those, scientific articles, you don't really like, I didn't know how to work with them. So it took so much time just to
Yeah.
learn and yeah.
So much paperwork, something that most teachers hate,
Oh
don't they?
yeah.
I've been speaking to Chris Tate, you know the guy, don't you?
Yeah.
And he mentioned that it was not an easy job to get employed in Spain. You, being qualified and Delta qualified and experienced teacher, you're not a native speaker. Was that a problem for you when seeking employment in Spain?
It was. Basically, yeah, when they see like the citizenship Ukraine, they like some of them don't even like reply because they understand that how complicated the whole like document work will be.
Yeah.
So I think if it wasn't for Chris, that would be extremely, extremely difficult for me to get the job. Not impossible, but the employer has to be so interested in you, and you've got to have like experience and qualifications. So
Which
the
you
employer,
have. Just
yeah,
not a British passport, right? Or American.
yeah, but also like there are so many people here who kind of have like the same qualifications, and
Right.
they also like their paperwork isn't like sorted out, so they don't have to go through all this.
Sure.
So the question is, who's easier for them to hire? Someone from Ukraine or someone from,
So the
Italy?
competition is really high. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have worked in Ukraine and now you're working in Spain. Are there any differences between Ukrainian and Spanish students in terms of their learning habits or so?
There are, but to be honest, like I thought there will be more. I was like, oh my God, how am I gonna work with Spanish kids? They're so noisy, but they're just kids, the same as in Ukraine. So basically, I use the same classroom management techniques and everything like very similar. And I think there are actually some similarities between Spanish people and Ukrainian people a bit.
What are
I
they?
think.
There were more
Yeah.
similarities rather than differences, right?
I think so, yeah. Of course, they're a bit different. They're really, really noisy, like and loud, but also like they're not that creative as the same as Ukrainian students. Ukrainian students, they don't really like many creative tasks. I noticed the same here. Like Spanish students really like learning grammar, like, but they've got some problems
They're
with
grammar focused, right?
I guess, yeah, because it comes from the public schools, I think. At least what I noticed.
I see. Well, tell me frankly, who do you enjoy teaching most? Kids, teens, or adults?
That's a difficult question. At the moment, actually, I like teaching everyone. Like, I think it would be boring just to have only adults. Like
That's
in the
true.
past, I was like, oh, only adults. No, I like teaching kids too and teenagers. So it's good to have like, combination of different levels.
Right.
But obviously, like little kids are the most challenging, I think.
Because especially in Spain when they're noisy, aren't they? So
Exactly.
yeah,
Yes.
what do you like about our teaching profession?
Well, every day is different, right? It's not like we just, people who work in the bank or something. Every day is different. And sometimes, like, it's so rewarding, like, if you put a lot of effort in the class and if the class is really nice and you can, like, feel all this, energy from
You
the
get the
students. It's so
feedback,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, and just working with people and, seeing them and creating discussion and stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah. Are there any things you don't like?
Of course, again, probably paperwork, marking. Like at the moment, we have to, in this school, they're so, I don't want to say obsessed, but there are so many like Cambridge exams, like mocks and everything. So we have to mark so many write-ins using all this like Cambridge criteria,
Right.
and it's quite meticulous, and that's difficult. Yeah, I don't really like it.
Yeah, but what I like about teaching exam classes is that they're really focused. They goal focused. They have a clear goal, and the students are really motivated, and that's rewarding in the end.
Yeah, if they understand, but because like some, like so many of them, it's just their parents, they hear like they just want them to get this qualification, even if the kid is like 15 years old. The kid doesn't understand why he or she needs that, if you know what I mean.
True. Yeah, I guess that happens to teens all over the world, no matter where you live in
Mhm.
Spain, Ukraine, or Japan. But well, my last question: what what tips would you give to someone who is at the beginning of their career path
Well,
in terms of
I
teaching?
guess I guess not to take stuff personally, because I remember when I started teaching, I was so vulnerable. And I was like, when, like, I don't know, management evaluates you or even students, I was like, oh, what are they going to think about me? Like, I was 20 years old. Like, will they think that I'm mature enough to teach them and stuff like that? Just don't take stuff personally. Just, you're there and you're doing your job. So just, you know,
That's a really good piece of advice. I absolutely agree with you. Yeah, that would have saved lots of nerves. Yeah. Well,
yeah, yeah.
true, true. Thank you so much, Aliona. Thanks for answering the questions. Thank
You're
you for
welcome.
joining
Thank you,
for the
Nasta.
interview. Yeah. I hope I'll see you in Zoom